Moonlight sword. That is its name. It is a simple and straightforward name, but it fits. After Vermouth got his hands on the moonlight sword, he no longer used the sacred sword. It was a given. The moonlight sword, with its simple appearance, was much rangier than stronger the bright sacred sword. The moon that lit the moonlight sword when we first saw it was a full moon. Right now it's a crescent moon. Is it weakened then? It might react to its fragment. Shit. I stuck it in the Death Knight earlier and never got it back. Vermouth. Did you leave this here because I wanted it? Idiot bastard. Kukik, what's the point of giving it to me after I'm dead? This is not the time to be sentimental. This room. There isn't anything other than the moonlight sword. There is only one door too. If I leave this place, I have to fight that insane Death Knight again. The Death Knight isn't the only problem. Amelia Merwin. I don't know when that bitch of a mage is coming back. I need to kill the Death Knight as quickly as I can and get out of this place. Vermouth. I don't know what idea you had when putting the moonlight sword here, but the reason it is here must be to let me have it, right? In my past life, I could not even put my hand on the moonlight sword. I reincarnated as Vermouth's descendant, but will that be enough to let me hold it? I have to. He gave it to me. I only touched the light, but it is already getting hard to breathe, and my mana is screaming inside me. At this rate, my mana might go into a rage. White flame method. It's incomparably weaker than when we first found it, so it did break into pieces. I got it. I really got it this time. As expected, there is no blade. Well, broke into pieces after all. The moonlight came together to form a blade. The moonlight sword is a sword that scatters all magic and mana, but it is swallowing my mana like it has been starving. Is it resonating with the white flame method? Plus, this sword uses up an extreme amount of mana. Of course, I have enough mana for it, but it's still not a sword I can handle at the moment. What a shitty but great sword. It's so powerful despite being broken into pieces. I won't need to use ignition. With the moonlight sword's force, I can kill the Death Knight out there without ignition. Before leaving this room, I better check the casket. I knew it. There's no corpse. Perhaps one day we will meet in the world you hoped for. This is Senya's handwriting. I've tried to break this door down countless times, but I could not even get a scratch in. Even Master could not open this door. He easily opened a door even Master could not open. I cannot kill him. He needs to stay alive until Master comes back. My helmet and breastplate broke. I took out my claws, disobeying Master. She will be enraged if she finds out. I need to prove that I'm useful. If I can't, I'll be thrown out. Were you waiting for me? How did you get in there? I just did. What did you see in there? It's a secret. Quoi? Vermouth, the hero, and his 4 companions went to see Magic Count Helma to subdue the Demon King. They killed 3 of the 5 demon kings and now only 2 remain. The great Vermouth. I can use my magic against these numbers. The wise Seema. Everyone, I will give you all a blessing. Keek. The Farafal aunts. Wuh. The brave moron. Vermouth, that bastard. Stop going ahead of me. Move. The foolish Hamel. Hamel was always jealous of Vermouth. Hamel always said that Vermouth was his rival, but no one else thought the same. I think we have pretty much cleared all the minions. Vermouth. Kek. Kikik. Hamel, you didn't need to die like this. This much is an honorable death. Till the very last moment, Hamel regretted his past for not being honest to his companions. Vermouth, you must defeat the Demon King. I swear on the hero's name, I will massacre all of the Demon Kings. Anis, pray for me. Moron, you are the bravest warrior ever. And Senya, to be honest, I never liked you. I didn't say that. No matter how many times I read this, I just get so damn triggered. Which bastard wrote this children's book? If the author wasn't anonymous, I'd go beat the shit out of them right now. On top of that, why is everyone else called the great, the wise, the faithful, and the brave while I'm called the foolish? Hamel the foolish. Ha! Was this written by some bastard who I beat up 300 years ago? The same goes for Vermouth, Senya, Anis, and Moron. Why did they just leave this children's book like this? Didn't they even considering protecting their companion's honor? Well, it's not like they'd have ever thought that the dead Hamel would reincarnate with the memories of his past life. Hamel died in the middle of subjugating the Demon King 300 years ago, and I reincarnated as one of Vermouth, the hero's descendants. Eugene Lionheart, 13 years old. Vermouth in my past life had various concubines other than his first wife. He didn't used to be the type to chase after women. Did he change his mind after getting old? I understand since he's human too, though. The only families that are considered direct line of descendants are the children of the first wife. Direct line branch even with the same last name, Lionheart. Eugene's family is considered an indirect branch, and families within the branch are forbidden from training their mana and using real swords before the blood succession ritual. So I've been using a wooden sword instead, but today will be the last day I use this. You've broken it again. Father, how is that the body of a 13-year-old? To be honest, I think I will lose if I were to fight him hand on hand. Eugene. He is my son, but sometimes I am afraid of him. He does not speak or act like a child. There is no innocence to be found in those scary eyes. Even though he lost his mother early in his childhood, he has never missed his dead mother once. The town's blacksmith skill is absolute trash. Selling a piece of trash like this for money. He should be whipped as punishment, but father, you are too generous. I will give him a warning. On that note, the blood succession ritual is tomorrow. Blood succession ritual. A shitty Lionheart tradition held every 10 years. All children from ages 10 to 15 from both direct lineage and branch gather at the head family's home for the blood succession ritual, and they all compete to see who is worthy of the last name Lionheart. But unlike the branch families, the direct lineage are allowed to use real weapons and train their mana. In conclusion, they're just making sure that the branch families are unable to do better than the direct lineage. Eugene has great enough talents that I cannot imagine him to be my son. If he had been born into the head family, no, only if he took after me and wasn't talented, he wouldn't have to feel the discrepancy between reality and his talents. Father, why do you look that way? No, it's nothing. No, my ass. He's definitely berating himself right now that he's not a good father. Eugene, never compete with the children of the head family. However talented you may be, you won't be a match to the main family kids that learned with real swords and trained mana. Okay, I won't. As if. It's just a skills competition with a bunch of 10-year-olds. Too tedious, it makes me sigh. In this blood succession ritual, there are 3 from the head family, and 6 from the branch families. One of the 3 from the head family is the son of the first wife, and the other 2 are concubines twins. And aside from the 2 from pretty high authority branch families, the rest are just losers. Let's see just how good the descendants of Vermouth the Great are. When I was Hamel in my past life, I thought I was a genius. I didn't have any difficulty learning new things even from when I was a child, and I was faster at improving than others. But, what, you bastard? What did you say just now? I said it's a shame. You could be a lot stronger if you try just a bit more. Hey, can't you see that I'm swinging my sword to the best of my abilities right now? I'm trying as much as I can right now. Don't think that just because you're a genius that others can be just like you. I wasn't a genius. There was someone else other than me who really was skilled with both magic and sword. He was nicknamed God of War and Master of All, Vermouth the Great. He used to be a duke in his homeland, Kiel Empire, and then retired his position. He was praised as a warrior until the end. And the other bastards, Senya the Wise. The little wench took the position of a magic tower master as the youngest of all time in Mage Kingdom Aroth, Annis the Faithful. That woman with rotten insides is called a saintess in the Holy Empire Eurus. There even exists a scripture of her teachings. More on the brave. Unbelievable, but that idiot established a kingdom named after him. So everyone had a good life until they died. So why? Is the Demon King still alive? He definitely said he'd defeat all the Demon Kings. Goddamned Vermouth the bastard. Where I died was the Demon King's castle of incarceration. The promise Vermouth made with the Demon King of incarceration after my death. Because of that promise, the war with the Demon Kings ended, and the world saw peace. And that peace still persists to this day, 300 years later. You must be nervous. If you're already nervous, You're gonna have a hard time at the Patriarchs. Mr. Eugene, thanks for your advice, Lord Gordon. From this point on is the property Lionheart. You don't need to prepare to get off now. It's still a long way to the Patriarch's mansion. It's not even your property, what are you so smug about? Isn't it inconvenient if it's this large? There are several warp gates around, so it's okay. Yeah. Then why am I in a carriage? There hasn't been permission for you to use the warp gates. Welcome to the Lionheart Patriarch, Sir Eugene. Of course, there's nothing like a welcoming ceremony. Vermouth's Lionheart. The only ones who can have the emblem of a lion on their left chest are the direct descendants of Lionheart. Are my other relatives not here yet? You're the first one here, young Master Eugene. I'll show you to the guest house. My name is Nina. I'll be the one serving you during your stay, young Master Eugene. Please ring this bell if there's anything you need. So they're at least assigning me a personal servant. You look young. How old are you? I'm 16. I just finished my training. To assign a newly trained maid as my personal servant. They must be planning on disciplining me if I scold her for making a small mistake. They're really hellbent on harassing me, huh? Do you know when my relatives will be here? They'll be here within 4 days at the latest. Show me to the training gym. Pardon? What was that guy's name again? Eugene. He's the same age as us. I heard he's from the Bunas in the west of the empire. I bet he's more familiar with a pitchfork than a wooden sword. I bet his carriage reeks of cow poop. Even if he's a relative, he should be held responsible for ruining the property of the main family. Yep. You're right, big bro. Let's go punish him. We're not punishing him. We're just giving him a friendly warning. Let's go, Seal. You're too nice, big bro. I was never lazy with training in my past life as Hamel. But after reincarnating, I've been training while pushing my body to the extreme. No matter how hard I train, my body handles it just fine. And minor injuries heal rapidly. The body of Vermouth's descendant is incredible. Beyond my imagination. Amazing. He's able to move like that even with sandbags on his arms and spear. Hey, what's he doing right now? Young Master Kian. Young Lady Seal. What brings you here? I'm the one asking questions here. Werkner, what's he doing? Can't you see? I'm swinging around a spear. Idiot. Big bro, that country bumpkin just called you an idiot. How dare he? Apologize right now. Sorry. You're not being sincere. Bow your head and be polite. You're the same age as me, right? Then we're friends. Why should we bow down to each other? You think I'm friends with someone like you? Being a Lionheart doesn't mean we're all equal. Big bro. The carriage. Ah, right. Clean the carriage that you rode here. I bet you stained the seats with the smell of cow poop. Nina, you're my servant, right? Yes, young Master Eugene. Then go clean the carriage I rode here. Excuse me? I told you to clean it. Why are you having your maid do it when I'm still here? Are you ignoring my order? I'm Kian Lionheart. Okay, and I'm Eugene Lionheart. Let's get along. I'm Seal Lionheart. I have no intentions of getting along with you. You ignored my order and humiliated me. I challenge you to a duel. It's a duel. Look at this guy. You can't say things like duel so easily, friend. Stop annoying me and just go. Okay. Are you scared? You're scared to duel with me, huh? Then keep your head down and apologize. I'm not afraid of you. I don't want to duel with you. I don't want to apologize either. You don't want to do this. You don't want to do that. Are you gonna keep running away? It seems like your parents didn't teach you what honor is. What's that? Let's duel. Toss the handkerchief. This bastard. He was training with those heavy weights the entire time? I thought they were just props to make him look good. But the one who demanded the duel was me. If I back off here, Seal will make fun of me for the rest of my life. If I want to recover my honor, I have to punish him. Eugene Lionheart, I request a duel from you. I accept. Kook. I won. Brother. Are you alright? Urk. How unfair. The duel just now was not honorable. What was unfair? The duel started the moment he tossed the handkerchief. It's the fault of the one who was careless. Well, that may be true. You trained in mana, right? I didn't. The collateral line can't train in mana before the direct line. Lies. There's no way you could swing your spear with those weights attached without using mana. And your attack was fast enough that even if my brother wasn't careless, he wouldn't be able to respond to it. Your eyes aren't just for decoration. Your speaking habits are crude. I've heard that since long ago. Your brother didn't just get beaten one-sidedly. The moment the attack hit, he instinctively jumped back and lessened the impact. He shouldn't have any real-life experience. It was impressive. If you consider the possibility of his growth, there's a chance. Although he is trash considering he's the descendant of Vermouth, you dare strike me in such a cheap way. Maybe it's because you guys are twins but you say the same things. If you are the honorable direct line of Lionheart, you have to humbly say I lost, right? Oh. Should I have just endured? Since I've made the main family's scion like this, some shitty situation won't be happening to me, right? Young master, there's no lion emblem on his chest. Is he a knight hired by the main family? Seems like he has quite some skills. Cheeser, I lost to that country bumpkin. I demanded a duel. But I lost it. A duel. My introduction was delayed. I am Heezer. I was appointed with the task of guiding young Master Cyan. I am Eugene Lionheart from Jidal Province. If you mean Jidal Province, it must be where Sir Gerhard's household is located. Yes, he is my father. What exactly happened here? Cyan provoked me first. And he insulted my father. When did I? Asking if I hadn't learned honor from my father, he called me a coward. Not only did he insult me, but he insulted my father as well. Sir Heezer, was there a reason that I should not have accepted the duel? The reason is acceptable. Young Master Cyan, please get your injuries treated. Then young Master Eugene, let us meet next time. See you again. Bye. Young Master Eugene. Nina. So did you find out about it? Yes. Tomorrow at noon, young Masters Deacon, Hansen and Jees are expected to arrive. And in the evening young Master Gargis and young Lady Desera will come through the warp gate. They are gathering faster than I thought. This is the start of the bloodline continuation ceremony. Vermouth. From now on I will be screwing over your descendants, but don't be too upset about it. It's not like I wanted to be your descendant either. This damn reincarnation. So, my son Cyan challenged some brat from the collateral line. And lost? The second wife of the direct line Anasilia. Yes. Cyan, come here. Not only that, but he lost in a single strike? Mother, it hurts. Stay still. Heezer. Are you sure that brat has never trained to use his mana? Yes. The son of Sir Gerhard, Eugene, did not have a trace of mana in his body. Seal. How did your brother lose? At the start of the fight, thrust his spear. Eugene brother was surprised and tried to retreat, but Eugene's spear was even faster. So that was how he fight ended. With a single strike. Mother, how dare you challenge someone to a duel and lose in front of such lowly beings? Not only that, to a boy who has never trained with mana. Your father will soon return for the bloodline continuation ritual. What do you expect me to tell him? Do you know how much that skank Theonis will jeer at me? I'm sorry, mother. I'm really sorry. Heezer. Yes. Right now I want to kill you with my own hands. However, you are a knight favored by my husband. Go train Cyan so that he will never shame me again. Yes. Take him and leave. Phew. Seal. Yes, mother. That boy. You said his name was Eugene? Stay close to that boy. Why? That boy is already strong enough to beat your brother. I want that brat killed immediately, but I'd be the first suspect. And in the Lionheart family, if homicide occurs, the guardians of the familial code will come. I need to avoid that at all costs, so it's good to stay close. All right, mother. I also want to learn more about him. I'll befriend Eugene. The next day, the three heirs of the collateral lines arrived. Hansen 14 Deacon 11 G's 10. And, why young master? Eugene. Hey Nina. They're here. Oh, you said that the other two collateral heirs are coming, right? It looks like they're early. Yes, however. Perscan, the head of the family, is also here. The head of the Lionhearts. You need to go greet him. Wait. First you need to change your clothes and then I'll be the only one late. It'd be better to just go. Sweaty like this. The person next to Cyan and Seal is the second wife Anasilla. The person in front of her is Theonis, the legal wife. And that kid is the eldest son of the direct family. and also the first in line for succession. Iod Lionheart, Gilad Lionheart, and following him is his younger brother Gion. Iod, you've grown. Have your skills grown as well? I am trying my hardest to meet your expectations, father. Cyan and Seal? I almost didn't recognize you too. Children really grow up so fast. We missed you, father. Guilford, I heard you had a son. I'm sorry I wasn't able to be there for you in such a time of celebration. Brother, do not worry about such things. And, of the children collateral line, let's have a meal together. We will discuss the bloodline continuation ritual. Gargis, Desera, the two that arrived together with the family head, using the warp gates. Are these the two families that are held in high regard amongst the Lionheart collateral lines? And who is he? To wasn't the meal supposed to be for the family? And the children participating? Father, who is that guest? I was planning to introduce him later. It's fine. Hello, children. I'm Loberian from the Red Tower. Loberian, to the Tower Master of the Red Tower. Are you all right? Why, yes, I am fine. The Master of the Red Tower. That's Sienna's disciple. To be exact, the disciple of Sienna's disciple. 300 years ago, Sienna rose to be the Tower Master of the Green Tower, becoming the youngest Tower Master in the history of Aroth. She completely reconstructed the standard magic textbooks of Aroth, and continued to advise and teach students of other towers. She even taught the Tower Masters, and so the Tower Masters of the Green and Red Towers still hold Sienna the Wise to be their Grand Master. To think that I'd meet someone related to my old comrades here. You said your name was Eugene, right? I heard from Theonis. My son insulted you and your father. Yes, but I don't hold any grudges, because you won the duel. It'd be the same even if I lost. If I was so weak that I couldn't defend my own honor, then I must endure the shame. You're better than my son. Cyan. Yes, I am not ashamed of your defeat. I'm disappointed that you're gauging my response, while being ashamed of your defeat. The duel began with your insult. 35 yet you did not apologize to Eugene, even after the duel. That, Cyan, you hold the name of Lionheart. The great Vermouth is your ancestor. If you carry his blood, you need to learn to not only honor yourself, but your opponent as well. I apologize. It's obvious you're forcing yourself, fucker. Eugene, you said your father is Gerhard? I'm sorry to say that I don't know your father. Understandably so. Even I think that our family is located in the middle of nowhere. Did you learn from your father? He taught me the basics, but I learned the rest myself. He trained without anyone teaching him, and he beat Cyan at that level? This ceremony will be very entertaining to watch. I hope you all enjoy the meal. Come, eat. You all must be hungry. As I said earlier, the reason I prepared this opportunity today is so that I can explain the context of the blood continuation ceremony to you all. I know it's strange coming from me, but I believe the traditional methods of the ceremony are extremely discriminatory. The ceremony is designed for the direct bloodline. The children of the collateral lines cannot train with mana or even hold real weapons until the ceremony. It's impossible for the children of the collateral family to win against the direct bloodline if that happens. In this bloodline continuation ceremony, 3 of my children will participate. However, I wish to test the potential of not only my children, but also the rest of you, who all bear the name of Lionheart. The ceremony is meant to prove that you are the descendant of the great Vermouth. The direct and the collateral are meaningless in the face of it. Vermouth, your descendant is a kinder man than you. That is why for this bloodline continuation ceremony, we have decided to request assistance from outside. That's why I'm here, everyone. This ceremony, you will all explore the maze I have created. Everyone will enter through different entrances and defeat the elite monster in the center. Of course, you need to get through many traps and battles to arrive there. But all the events that happen there are illusions I created with magic. No matter what you think you experienced, it's not reality. It's just an action-packed adventure. So he's mixed in not only summoning magic, but also high-level mind control magic as well. You'd need at least that much to be the Tower Master. If one of you 9 defeats the boss monster, the ceremony is over. You will all receive points based on your contribution. Is it fine if we don't manage to escape the maze? Of course. If you're scared, you can stay at the entrance. But you won't get good points. If we defeat the boss, what will we receive? I will allow you to take a single treasure from our family's underground treasure chamber. Well, that's awesome. I'll win the ceremony. Anyway, let's think about what I'll take from the treasure chamber. Did you really win a duel against Cyan Lionheart? Uyeon. If you're out of questions, I'm leaving. Huh, what are they doing over there? Why aren't they leaving? Is he dumbass? You can touch it. No thanks. My family has a secret muscle growth medicine. It's a medicine that can accelerate muscle growth depending on the training without accumulating mana inside the body. Despite that, it has no side effects. Are you interested? Did you come here to sell me snake oil? No side effects, my ass. Whether you're a man or a woman, if you take that medicine, you grow a beard. I heard you used a spear while dueling Kian. So why are you using a wooden sword now? I use both the sword and the spear. I see, so can you use any weapons proficiently? I specialize in the spear. Duel me with it. She seems easier to deal with than this guy who wants to sell me muscle medicine. Not to mention, I'm curious about the skills of kids from high-ranking collateral lines. Alright, what are you doing there? I'm the judge. It might be a duel, but it must be fair. His actions are like a certain moron I knew. What's the chance this guy is Molin's descendant instead? You'll start once I say start. I get it, so hurry up, dumbass. He can use the sword and the spear? Don't make me laugh. I'm going to show you that spearmanship isn't so easy that you can half-ass it like that. Start. The one who takes the initiative has the lead. There's no opening. What are you doing? Come at me. Keiji. Hiya. Keiji. She's quite excellent considering she's not even using mana. Taking her age into account, her growth potential is great, but she's no match for me yet. How come you can't even get a hit in? Shut it. He's able to block all my attacks without moving from his spot. Your cockiness is going to be your downfall. I bet you can't block from this side. It's Eugene Lionheart's win. We need to combine our strengths. You came and woke up someone who just fell asleep just to tell them that? I want to hear your answer. You heard about the bloodline continuation ceremony from the head of the family as well. We'll all be entering from different entrances, so how would we combine our strengths? Even if the entrances are different, the destination is the same. The center of the labyrinth, the boss monster. The twins from the main family will try to combine their strengths as well. So you're saying we'll gather at the center and fight the boss monster together? Yes. I'm pretty sure I'll be able to defeat it alone. You're full of yourself. You are. But you're strong. If you help, we'll definitely be able to defeat the boss monster. Why do you want to kill it so badly? In the bloodline ceremony where both the direct line and the collateral line enter together, the collateral line has never won. But we have a chance this time. Gargis and I, and you who defeated Cyan. Don't you want to beat the direct line? The Red Tower Master of Aroth that was invited to this bloodline continuation ceremony. There's a chance he came to take Iode as his disciple. From a young age, Iode has enjoyed reading books more than using his body. He had some interest in magic as well, and he learned bits and pieces of it. If Iode ends up becoming the Red Tower Master's disciple, he would have no choice but to leave the main family for a while. During that time, Cyan and Seal will continue to grow. And if that happens, it would practically mean that Iode has given up on his position in the succession. The bloodline continuation ceremony is the problem. My children will always have to live with the tag of being born from the second wife. Even so, they maintained their positions because I stood confidently. But to be defeated by a mere child from the collateral line, rather. If that Eugene kid was to break through the labyrinth first, if his talents were to be so exceptional that he ends up humiliating the entirety of the direct line, then Cyan's defeat could be overshadowed. And so, 3 days later the bloodline continuation ceremony finally started. Firstly, we'll make our weapons. Everyone mold the light while imagining it in your head. Whoa, but what happens if this breaks? Haha, since both the labyrinth and the swords are made from magic, the sword that young lady is holding right now will never break inside the labyrinth. Could I make an animal rather than a sword? You could make a doll. A golem is possible as well. However, you can't make living creatures. Why can't we make life? It's a taboo of magic. Creation of living life is a beautiful authority that only living creatures possess. This is my favorite greatsword that I used back at the house, though this is a real sword compared to back then. Amazingly enough, it was created just like I imagined it to be. Did anyone ask? What will you do if you meet me in the labyrinth? Are you gonna fight me? Are we allowed to fight? Of course you are allowed. Competition is the core of the bloodline ceremony. However, in this bloodline continuation ceremony, quick judgment and cooperation is important as well. We are a family that shares the Lionheart blood. Family? What? So unpleasant. Alright, did everyone make their weapons? Then, please put this on your neck. That necklace is connected to your consciousness. If you somehow end up feeling a great amount of stress in the labyrinth, the necklace will react. When that happens, I will judge it as a dangerous situation and intervene. So it's a safety mechanism just in case. And if you feel you won't be able to get through the labyrinth, tap the gem on the necklace and shout, "Help me." By doing that, you will be able to leave the labyrinth. Right, my explanations are over. Dole, you can just enter the cave together now. Although you're entering through the same gate, as soon as you enter, you'll all be led to different paths. Hang in there. Uyan, you two. I explored labyrinths in my past life until I was sick of them. The ceiling is blocked off, and because of the walls on both sides, the space is constrict. It'll be difficult to use a weapon with long reach. That's why I selected the sword and shield. This generic combination can respond to most situations. Since it's a labyrinth made for children to be able to get through, the difficulty is obvious. Let's go. Help! Help! An hour since the start of the bloodline continuation ceremony, 3 people had already failed. Go and rest. Karen, Kakik, Yua, Gargis. He's clumsy, but he's pushing forward strongly. He's not having too much trouble fighting monsters. Slimes are hard to fight with blades. I'll leave as soon as I see an opening. Desera is nimble and she's quick-witted too. He's focusing on getting through the labyrinth and avoiding combat if possible. Mother got me the map to the labyrinth before the ceremony started. Seal and I studied it so we won't be troubled by obvious traps like these. Rumble. Let's go. Cyan is too timid. But it's his hesitation that lets him avoid the traps. Not too bad. Kayark. Itakmo. Nuan. It's a dead end. Let's go back to that split earlier. Seal uses her instincts and moves quickly, but she's still not mature enough and acts childish at times. Kararji. Amazing. This is a monster made from magic. Karen. Iod seems to have an interest in magic. That boy has always magic loved ever since he was a baby. We've tried inviting a magic teacher from the capital, but he refused to learn any more halfway. Why is that? He's given up to reality. He believes that he needs to become the next head of the family for his mother. Because magic is not as valued in the Vermouth family. I understand. Magic may have infinite possibilities, but its path is a hard one. But I do wish that Iod follows the path of the arcane. If he still has a passion for magic, he will not be able to refuse the opportunity to be a disciple of the Red Tower Master. I can't make any promises. I will bring him along for acquaint our aunts, but if his potential is insufficient, I cannot make him my disciple. Of course, I have no intention of forcing that. However, I wish that boy may pursue his dreams. In fact, instead of his own ancestor, the Great Vermouth, Iod actually reveres the wise Sienna. I agree with that as well. In the story of the hero Vermouth, I preferred the story of the wise Sienna. Every time the party was in danger, she would come up with an amazing new spell. I have also read that story many times since I was a kid. Actually, my favorite person in that story was neither Sienna or Vermouth. Then who did you like best? My favorite character was, what's wrong? Look at that. Work. Just who is that boy? Amazing. Eugene. Lionheart. Isn't he incredible? Being only 13 years old, he should have no experience fighting a troll, but rather than freezing up from fear, he cleanly neutralized it. The troll wasn't created to fight. It's more of a trap meant for them to find a way to evade. I even made it bigger than real life, yet he killed it so easily. He might be a kid, but it's possible if he has natural-born talent. You know what kids like them are called, right? Genius. Oh,
Reparscans com.
Ruer. Cut through the muscles I'm so proud of, and even broke my ribs. Trolls really are strong. I got caught up in multiple traps and I even fought a troll. Considering how hurt I am, I doubt the others are unscathed. It's a troll. For a semi-large monster to be here, I bet this monster wasn't placed here to be defeated. I did it. Big bro. Seal. We managed to meet up, even though we started at different spots. That probably means we're close to the center of the maze. This is a good thing, Seal. As long as you follow me, you won't get lost here. Okay. Got it. I was humiliated in front of Seal a few days ago, thanks to that damn Eugene. This is my chance to repair my reputation. Big bro, what is it? You can ask me anything. Since this maze is an illusion, any monster can be here, right? Well, of course. Why are you stating the obvious? Like ghosts, for example. Are you afraid of something like ghosts? Don't worry. No matter what shows up, your big bro will. Kaya. Desera. How dare you scare me? You scared me more. You shouted so suddenly. What's that, blood? I bet you were planning on a surprise attack after scaring me. This is because I got hurt from a trap. The first ambush failed. Big bro. She's running away. Damn it. I ended up making a fool of myself again. Because of her. I won't forgive her. Let's follow her, Seal. I'll never win in a 2v1. Where's that musclehead? A trap. The floor caved in and it's quite far to the other side. Do I need to go around? No. I can't be more of a fool than I already am to Seal. I wanted to save this until I met the boss monster, but I guess I have no choice. I'll have to use mana. Hiya. Seal. You jump, too. I'll catch you. As expected. Of my younger sister. Let's continue our chase. Okay. Continuing their game of cat and mouse, Cyan, Seal, and Desera arrived at the center of the maze. This is the boss monster. Why did the three of you arrive here together? What are you doing here? I was waiting. I was curious who'd get here first. You were waiting to see who came first? The first person to come was you. Correct. Waiting for us despite reaching the center of the labyrinth first. Can I see that as you accepting the proposal that you would team up with me and Gargus? Now that I think about it, there was talk like that. It's not that, but I'm yielding the spot to you. Even if I fight the boss monster alone, I can quickly win. But if I do that, wouldn't that be too sad for all of you who struggled to make it so far? What did you say? This boss monster doesn't seem to attack you if you aren't within a certain distance. Thus he's currently on standby. In the order that you guys came after me, you will approach the boss and fight him. Desera, Cyan, Seal is the order. Fair enough. Fight him alone? It seems like you're quite hurt from rolling around in the labyrinth. If you don't think you can win, you can give up. I won't give up. You aren't going to fight? I'll fight after all of you are finished fighting. You think your turn will come? I'll be the one to defeat the boss monster. If you beat the boss monster, I'll call you elder brother. For the rest of my life. Don't forget those words. Minotaurus. A monster that cannot be left out when speaking of the labyrinth. Now that I see it in person, it looks quite huge. It seems larger than the troll I met before. However, it's only big. Compared to the troll or ogre, it isn't as belligerent. It's a monster that I can hunt alone, although it may be difficult for Desera. Huge. To think that I have to take down this thing. But that doesn't mean I can back down after coming this far. Hiya. Eek. The hide is so tough. The spear can't pierce it. I'm dead. Yua. Why did it end the fight by throwing her instead of attacking more? Because that isn't a real monster. The moment she was in its hands, the victor was decided. Now it's my turn. I will show you that the blood of the main family is on a different level than the blood of the collateral lines. Cocky bastard. Does he really think I can't beat that little cow? Open your eyes and watch closely. That's sword ki. A blade of mana that can cut through anything. To create sword ki, you need at least 10 years of mana training. Is the gap between us and the main family already this wide? No. Sword ki at that age. Not bad. I can't maintain sword ki for too long. Hayam, but it's enough to slice apart a real monster. What's this? What's happening? I want to check the quality of all of you who inherited the Lionheart name. Without the prejudice of the main family or collateral line. Is that so? Labyrinth, this is a mirage made by Loberian. He made it so that you can't use mana to attack in the center of the labyrinth. If you can't use mana to create sword ki, whether you are of the main family or the collateral line, you will fight on similar terms. Why the hell is the sword ki not working? I still have plenty of mana. If you think you'll lose, just come back. Don't get beat around just because you're stubborn. Don't make me laugh. Do you think I can't beat this shitty monster just because I don't have sword ki? Yeah, small cuts won't take him down. Store if I need to dive in and aim for his legs. It worked. He blocked with his knee. Ah, yeah, you lost too. So next up is, I don't want to fight. You can't even use sword ki in the middle of the maze. She's smarter than her brother. Can you win? I'm not sure that it would be possible for me to lose. Then, how should we do this? He's focusing. He's aiming directly for the carotid artery. Did y'all watch? I got him. Don't act so big. If I just had sword ki, I would have been able to kill him somehow, but it would be impossible to do it as smoothly as him. This is something more than fear. My excitement won't subside. What is this feeling? The ceremony is over. Nana, isn't that amazing? That a child of the collateral family, who has not trained his mana, could defeat a minotaur with such overwhelming ability? And indeed, a minotaur is hard to fight alone. That's why I emphasized working together in this ceremony. I wanted the kids to work together and try out different methods. That's how I designed the boss to be. But that child surpassed the traps and monsters I made so easily. Just what is that child? That boy Eugene has done nothing but train ever since he arrived here. I sent some people to his hometown of Jidal to investigate, and his persistence was well known there as well. He was born to fight, and has a drive for combat to match his body. This ceremony has done great just by the fact that we discovered a trees you're like him. Are you not disturbed? I don't mean to offend you, but that child is much greater than your children. With this big of a difference already, just how large will that gap become once he trains his mana? Then that's something to rejoice for. Will he not make the Lionheart name shine even more? What if that child wishes to become the next heir, and become the new Lionheart family head? The head position must be held by the greatest of the Lionhearts. If my kin cannot secure it, it is rightfully his. If they are so weak that they cannot defend the right they have been given at birth to, then they are not worthy of leading the Lionhearts. I shouldn't have overstepped as an outsider. However, Sir Gilade, I advise you as a long acquaintance of yours, adopt him as your son. Adopt? Yes, a child of the collateral family bested the direct bloodline in the bloodline continuation ceremony. That alone is enough for the collateral families to think less of the main family, and it could cause something unfortunate to happen. I appreciate your advice. That's a very attractive offer. But first, congratulations are to be given. Iode. He couldn't even get to the center of the labyrinth. It did seem to be because he was distracted by the different magic and monsters, but in the bloodline continuation ceremony, where you must prove yourself, it's disappointing to see him lose sight of the goal by being blinded by curiosity. Compared to him, Cyan and Seal were able to get past the traps and monsters without much trouble. Although they weren't able to defeat the Minotaur, that can be attributed to their inexperience, which they can make it for with more training. Everyone did well. I saw you all going through the labyrinth from here. I thought it would be a difficult test, but everyone did an excellent job. Eugene. Yes, you were the most outstanding of the 9 children gathered here at this bloodline continuation ceremony. Thank you. Your methods of overcoming the traps and monsters were impressive, especially against the troll, where you faced it head-on and won without even a minor injury. He fought against that wicked troll without any injury? How could he do that with that weakling body of his? What a shame. If he had my family's muscle growth medicine, he would be able to have a stronger body than the one he has now. Honestly, I thought you would have been wandering the labyrinth for at least 2 days. But it looks like I underestimated everyone. So even if they are young, they are still from the bloodline of the Great Vermouth. Just looking at these talented gems is enjoyable on its own. You should all return and get rested. I wish to hold a grand banquet now, but I couldn't prepare it in advance because I didn't expect you to get out this early. So rest up today and we can have our banquet tomorrow. Liberian, please take the children and send them back. Yes, Eugene. You'll come with me. Are you giving him the present right now? There's no reason to postpone it, and it's better for him as well if I give it to him earlier. The underground treasure vault. Even though I've begged my father many times over the years, in the end he never took me there a single time. You were quite proficient in handling many different weapons. You praise me too much. That's not true. You defeated monsters using the sword and shield in the labyrinth. And you used a spear when dueling against Cyan and Doaria, so he knew about my fight with Doaria. Thought it isn't that surprising, since he's the head of the family. The weapon that symbolizes the Lionheart family right now is the sword. But our ancestor, the Great Vermouth, could wield all different types of weapons proficiently. It was to the point that he was called the god of war, master of all. However, Sir Vermouth wasn't the only one who was proficient with all weapons. His comrade, Sir Hamel, was also a great master second only to Sir Vermouth. Ahem. From the storybooks I read, he's called Stupid Hamel. Haha. I had read that story when I was young as well, but if Sir Hamel wasn't troublesome, the story would have been very boring. Eugene. To be honest, I like Sir Hamel more than Sir Vermouth. Why? Rather than the godlike visage of Sir Vermouth, I like the human qualities of Sir Hamel more. Doesn't it appear a lot in the storybooks as well? Sir Hamel felt his inferiority against Sir Vermouth many times, but he never felt despair. Rather, didn't he try even harder to overcome his limits? And in the end, he sacrificed himself for his friends. It's obvious those moral teachings would be magnified in a storybook like that. But still, I also like Sir Hamel. It doesn't feel bad. You're the first person who's not the head of the family to come here. Can I really go in? Of course. Didn't I promise to give you one thing you wanted? This was already discussed with the elders of the Senate already. The Senate, the old lions of Lionheart, including the past heads of family, they are composed of people of significance from the collateral line as well. What's in the Treasure Vault? We have inheritances that have built up over hundreds of years. Among those, we even have the inheritances of the Great Vermouth as well. Then do we have the Holy Sword as well? We do, but you won't be able to have it. As the Holy Sword is also a symbol of the Lionheart family, it cannot be owned by a single person. That's a shame. There is another reason. After Sir Vermouth, not one person had been acknowledged by the Holy Sword. Acknowledged? You'll know what I'm talking about when you hold the sword yourself. Now go inside. How about you, sir? I'll wait for you here. If I went in with you, you wouldn't be able to choose what you really want, since you'd be concerned with what I'm thinking. Thank you for your consideration. Then first, should I try out the Holy Sword? The Holy Sword. It's a sword that's existed since the origins of the Holy Empire of Eurus. A sword gifted by God. The Holy Sword that's been sealed for a long time at the Central Temple. Only acknowledged Vermouth as its master. 300 years ago, it's the sword that pierced the Demon King of Slaughter, the fifth highest entity in the Devildom of Helmuth. However, after that it was only used as a torch. Hiya. It won't budge. Well, I can't have it even if I did pull it out. I should give up on the Holy Sword and find something else. This is Aspel, the Sword of Gluttony. The Sword of Gluttony, Aspel. It's a sword that can consume mana it cuts and turn it into its own power. It can slice a powerful spell with a single strike. However, the only reason why Vermouth could use Aspel properly was because he was also an excellent magician. It's way too much for the current me. I'm also seeing other weapons I'm familiar with. The Draconian Spear Carbos. It takes a bit of time to heat up, but it can expel flames rivaling a dragon's breath. The Stormblade Wyneth, it's a sword that's blessed by the elemental spirit king of wind. Rampaging Thunder Bow Pernoa, it's a bow that can strike down lightning, no matter the distance. Flying Elusive Sword Jabel, it's a sword that becomes whip-like with hundreds of blades when you infuse it with mana. Geddon's Shield, it's a shield that can brush all attacks it receives aside into a void. They're all so amazing that I wouldn't regret taking any of them. But is this everything? I don't see the Moonlight Sword or the Demon Spear. I guess it has been 300 years. Bastards. Knowingly taking the best cheat-like weapons. Which should I take? Wyneth is the easy choice. You can use wind elementals just by wielding it, and if you accumulate enough mana, you can even call the Wind Elemental King. But learning elemental spirit magic is tricky. Even talented magicians have a hard time controlling one low-rank elemental. That is no longer a concern when you wield Wyneth. Since I'm inside the treasure vault, might as well look around more. There are gems and accessories as well, not just weapons. This is the necklace I had as Hamel in my past life, the keepsake of my parents who were eaten by monsters. I managed to personally avenge them long ago. Despite that, I wore it till my dying breath. Why is this here? Did Vermouth bring my body home? I guess they didn't just throw me aside immediately. The promise made between Vermouth and the Demon King of Incarceration. It leads to peace, but Helmuth and 2 Demon Kings are still standing. Vermouth, Sienna, Molin, Annis. Even though they talked about the 5 of us taking down the 5 Demon Kings together, what promise did you guys make? While putting my keepsake here, you guys, especially you, Vermouth, what were you thinking? It might be because of me. They might have lacked power because I died halfway through. I don't want to resent Vermouth and my comrades. They must have had a reason why they couldn't kill the Demon King. There are a lot of weapons I want here in the vault. However, I don't want this necklace, the keepsake of Hamel, to stay in Lionheart's vault. That's what you picked? I liked it. Are you being sincere? There should have been plenty of amazing treasures. They were objects that I can't handle yet. Can I see that for a moment? It's an old crude necklace. It's not a valuable gem, nor is there some elegant craftsmanship. This is just a cheap necklace. What is a necklace like this doing in the vault? That's strange. This necklace isn't registered in the vault. This isn't a treasure of Lionheart. It's not something that should be inside there. But it was inside the vault. This necklace has no value. Even if you sell it, you won't even be able to buy a cheap sword. Despite that, do you still want this necklace? Yes. If you really want it, then I guess it can't be helped. However, I'll need to ask Loberian to appraise it. Since it's an unknown item, there's a chance it might be enchanted with some spell. Can I have it once it has been appraised? Yes. Promise. I didn't think something like this would happen. Technically speaking, what you brought isn't a treasure of Lionheart, so you may take a different treasure from inside. Really? That's right. You can pick a treasure from the vault. That was the original promise. Thank you. To be so sensible. I can't believe he's the descendant of that by-the-book Vermouth. In that case, there's no reason to hesitate. Stormblade Wyneth. You're now mine. Why didn't you pick the spear? You're already so good with it. It's my choice. And I'm good with the sword too. Ugh. You. Looks too light. With your strength, the hammer or axe would have fit better. It's my choice. Now that the ceremony is over, do you want to visit our family? I'll give you all the muscle-growing potions you need. I don't need them. Ignore that muscle head. Draw the sword. What sword is it? Stormblade Wyneth. They say this sword has the blessing of the elemental king of wind. I can call him forth later when I train my mana. That's cool and all, but I still would have gotten a spear. There were plenty of spears too. Then did you see it? The draconian spear Carbos. It shoots out a dragon's breath with each thrust. I don't even know what that looks like. What about demon spear Ruintis? That's the strongest weapon in the Great Vermouth's arsenal. I also have heard of Ruintis. It's the spear used by the Demon King of Brutality. I didn't ask you. The Demon King of Brutality. 300 years ago, there were 5 Demon Kings in the Devildom of Helmuth. Rank 1 the Demon King of Apocalypse. Rank 2 the Demon King of Incarceration. Rank 3 the Demon King of Frenzy. Rank 4 the Demon King of Brutality. Rank 5 the Demon King of Slaughter. Desera, your knowledge is mistaken. The strongest weapon in the Great Vermouth's arsenal is the destructive crusher Gigalas. The Demon King of Brutality is stronger than the Demon King of Slaughter. The ranks of Demon Kings are not what decides the strength of the weapons. There was also no destructive crusher. Out of all of Vermouth's weapons, only those 2 were used by the Demon Kings. They're too ominous to keep in the treasure vault. Maybe they've been sealed away somewhere. The spear is stronger. The crusher is stronger. They're so childish. Both weapons are so great that it's hard to decide which is better. But if you ask me to pick the strongest weapon in Vermouth's arsenal, I wouldn't even need to think. Moonlight Blade Destruction itself in the form of a sword, sealed in the depths of Helmuth. Both the Demon King of Brutality and the Demon King of Slaughter were slain by the devastating light of the moonlight blade. This is the first time I'm holding a real bald in this life. HM? Beautiful. Swordwork. There's no magic on this necklace. Are you sure this was in the treasure vault? Indeed. Are you sure that child wasn't tricking you? What reason would he have to? If I hadn't allowed him to pick another treasure, that boy might have ended up with nothing. It's definitely a risky move. Let's check. There's no magic on the necklace, but I'll dig deeper since it was brought up. How? There's a magic that can read the memories of Mu Alpha Nu Alpha. It's a magic our Grandmaster, Sienna the Wise, has created. Mana exists everywhere. Most objects have some mana in them. I'll read the memories of the mana in this necklace. Then I'll leave it to you. Nothing interesting. It's about 100 years old. Is this the capital? These streets. That's where it was bought. I can't read anything after that. The magic of the treasure vault must have interfered with the mana in the necklace. 100 years ago. There is nobody alive who could remember where the necklace is from. What will you do? If it isn't magical, I'll give it to Eugene. It's something that boy wanted so much that he would give up a treasure for it. You seem to have taken a liking to that boy. What reason would I have not to? So, I'm going to make that offer. By that offer, do you mean, I will adopt Eugene Lionheart as my son? Hey, Esser Guillaume Lionheart, the youngest brother of head of family Gilade Lionheart. An oddball that didn't marry long past his marriageable age and joined Gilade on his journeys. My name is Eugene Lionheart. Of course I know your name. You're that collateral child that won against the main family in the bloodline continuation ceremony. Did you come to take me away? That's right. My brother was intending on sending a different night, but I took the opportunity. Eugene, I wanted to personally see you. Me? I heard a lot about you, but I wasn't able to see you at the bloodline ceremony. Since it's a tradition that only the head of the family can observe the bloodline continuation ceremony. Well, Sir Loberian did join this time, but that was to help out. I'm not harboring any ill will towards my brother because of that. I'm just saying the tradition is like that. Would it sound like I'm dissatisfied with the rules of the family if I say it like that? I don't care about that. My brother wouldn't care about it either. A free will that can be felt by his personality. He's a man as great as his looks. It's probably because of that personality that he also didn't marry. Why did the family head call for me? Since you won the bloodline continuation ceremony. Maybe it's to give you congratulations? I've already heard his praises. Looks like you don't know the reason either, Sir Guillaume. Well, it's not like I don't have any idea, but there's no real reason for me to care about it. But it'll be great for me to see you often. Me too, sir. It's Eugene Lionheart. You may enter. His personality is good, but it's a bit overbearing. I apologize for calling you in so suddenly. Sit down first. This necklace. I asked Sir Loberian to appraise it, but it was just a normal necklace. Is that so? We even read the memory of the mana in the necklace, but there weren't any anomalies. Memory of the mana? It's Sienna's magic. Yeah, a magic like that existed. What was the memory? It's said to be a necklace that was sold on the streets of the capital about 100 years ago. No, there's no way that's true. This necklace was definitely the one I was wearing 300 years ago. Since I wore it for decades before, there's no way I mistook it. There's no reason for Loberian to lie either. Did he read the mana's memory wrong? No. It's probably something like a new magic at the level of a tower masters that had painted over it. But who? Perhaps Vermouth? There's no way for me to know the reason, however. Then can I keep this necklace? Yes. I did promise you. You can keep it if you want. Thank you. Eugene, I did call you to talk about the necklace, but in truth there was another reason. It's a bit sudden, but it won't be a bad offer for you either. Rather, it's an offer for your future. Is it? Eugene, will you? Family head. Seal is kind and cute, but I do not want to think about marriage right now. Now I understand. Even though I put her brother Cyan in such a state, she was rather joyful and acted friendly with me. Looks like that was all set up for the political marriage. Gilade Lionheart. You seem like a nice guy, but to have such a scheme boiling in the back. I'm too young to be thinking about marriage as well. I also need to get my father's permission. Even if he did accept, wait. Eugene, you're misunderstanding something. I'm not trying to marry you to Seal. I was totally barking up the wrong tree. I want to break apart this head that was thinking about marriage with a kid who's only 13. Did my brain go insane as well after my body became a child's? And I called you here to adopt you as my son. What? That's shocking as well. It's a good way to tie me down to the main family. Adopted son. It's too sudden. It's not as sudden as a marriage proposal. That was my bad. If you are willing, I'm thinking of calling your father, Gerhard, to the main family as well. But then I would have 2 fathers. There's no need to think too hard about it. It'll just mean your family will become a part of the main family. I am a father of 3 children. I'm not trying to steal a son from Gerhard. I haven't met Gerhard yet. But I will respect him as my own sibling. If I refuse to be your son, will you not respect my father? Of course not. It's a little embarrassing to say it myself, but I'm not that petty. Few refuse. I'd be disappointed, that's all. I will respect your choices and I wish you the best in the future. I don't think I can decide on my own. I also want to speak with my father. Then let's push the banquet back. I'll send people to Jidal to bring your father here. Thank you. You said earlier that it was for my future. What does that mean exactly? Rscans.co. You will have so many opportunities living here. Firstly, yes, there are plenty of knights here to advise you. If I'm going to learn from someone, I want to learn from the best. If I become your son, can I learn from you? I wonder how strong the head of the Lionhearts is. Of course. But if you want to learn from the best, there's someone better suited for the job. Who is it? Eon. I used to be stronger, but now he's surpassed me. That guy. Have you received the method of mana training from your father? Yes. But I said I didn't want to learn it yet. Thought that I might end up unconsciously learning it if I knew about it. I guess you've always been studious even before you came here. The culmination of mana found in strong monsters called the mana stone. It's normal to use the help of mana stones when learning to use mana, but as efficient as they are, they're expensive and hard to get. Additionally, a novice must receive the help of someone experienced to really benefit from the mana stones. All those things would be hard to achieve in Gerhard's family. It's an environment that is severely lacking when it comes to growing Eugene's potential. I shouldn't say this and risk making Eugene despise his own family. This is something I should discuss with Gerhard separately. We're done talking about that. If it's alright, I'd like to converse with you a little more. Of course. Then I will return. I'll call for someone, so just wait a moment. It's fine. It's not too far from here. I'll look at it as taking a stroll. Perfume. Someone's around that corner. They aren't moving. Are they waiting for me? Oh, Eugene? She acts like it's a coincidence despite having waited here for me. I'll play her game. Ah, hello. I'm Eugene Lionheart from Jidal. I heard you were speaking privately with my husband, but it took some time. I didn't know you were still here. Do you have something to ask me? What an insolent brat. His arrogance is through the roof already. Understandably so. A hillbilly child bested the direct line in a duel, and even won the bloodline continuation ceremony. This child will undoubtedly grow in great strides in the future. It'd be better to stay on friendly terms. Marrying Seal off to him wouldn't be bad either. That's why I told Seal to stay close to him. I was wondering what you and my husband were talking about. I don't think I should tell that to you. Oh, of course. I wasn't intending to pry. I also had something else to say. Cyan really troubled you a few days ago, right? With the ceremony approaching and all. I'm so sorry that I forgot to apologize. You don't need to worry about that. Cyan already apologized. Oh, you're so mature for your age. I'm grateful that you think so. I've scolded Cyan firmly, so I hope you stay good friends with Cyan. Of course. We're family and we share the same name. E-family. He's not wrong. It's just that those words anger me coming from someone like him. May I leave? Yes. I'm sorry for taking up your time. Go ahead and rest. The second wife of the Lionhearts, Anisilla. So she was the one who shamed us for being from the collateral line from the very first day. I don't want to get involved with her. 2 days later, Gerhard Lionheart arrived from the faraway Jidal province. Eugene truly was victorious at this bloodline continuation ceremony. My son beat the main family's children. My son was extraordinary from a young age, but with my ability alone, I was unable to give him wings. I thought he would face reality at the bloodline continuation ceremony, that the gap between the main family and the collateral line could not be overcome with just innate ability and hard work. That was what I thought, but, Father, Eugene, my son, I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud that you are my son. I already told you as I was leaving Jidal that I'd send you some good news. It wasn't that you didn't believe me, right? Yes. You did say those things. I'm sorry, my son. Arrived from the faraway Jidal province. Sorry for the late greetings. I'm Gerhard Lionheart, return Indy from Jidal province. I am Gilade Lionheart. Please forgive me for the discourtesy of the sudden invitation. What do you mean discourtesy? Rather, I am grateful for just the fact that you invited me here. I would rather not take away the time between father and son, but would you mind coming inside to have a conversation? It would be my pleasure. Adoption. You're speaking of adoption? That is so. If Eugene can be adopted, Sir Gerhard will also be accepted as a member of the main family. I understand this is a sudden proposal. I will speak despite being rude. I am very grateful that you have seen my son in such a positive light, but I can only see this differently when thinking of my son's future. In what way? The head of family may have had kind thoughts, but I am worried about the persecution he may face from the other members of the main family. The head of the family already has 3 children. If my son was adopted, he would be stealing the spotlight. I understand what you mean. I do not want to limit Eugene's future, but the main family puts the emphasis on the legitimate line of descent. They would never accept a child of the collateral line becoming the head of the family. Even if Eugene is adopted, he will not be able to become the head of the family. But if Eugene is not greedy, he will be able to let his talents bloom within the embrace of the main family. I want Eugene to become the sibling of my children as an adopted child of the main family, and to create bonds with them. That connection could grow to bring Eugene much more opportunity in the future. That may be so. I will discuss this with my son. Father. Seeing his expression, the topic of adoption must have come as quite the shock. Father, why is your expression like that? Stormblade whineth, it's the sword that Eugene personally chose from the main family's treasure vault. Even if we sell everything our household owns, we would not be able to afford that one sword. The head of the family stated that he would like to adopt you into the main family. I already know. I was told ahead of time. I am hoping that you enter the main family as an adopted son. For your future, that is the better option. But if you do, there may be many more difficulties ahead. I'm sure there will be. But father, you've seen me since I was little. I, Eugene Lionheart, don't have the personality to go down without a fight. And your name is one that I and your mother who passed away made together. Never forget that. I know. Even if I become the adopted son of the main family, my real father is Gerhard Lionheart. Eugene. In the end, I guess I really will be adopted. Even if several things are going to become more annoying, there is a lot to gain from this, so it's worth it to endure. I may have no thoughts of becoming the head of the Lionheart family, but others will not believe it. The first wife, Theonis, and the second wife, Anasilia. Those 2 will have no choice but to be wary of me. There are 2 ways of responding to the complaints and cautious attentions of others. Just ignore it all, or crush all that is in front of you. Gilade, the head of the Lionheart family, invited all kids and their family that participated in the bloodline continuation ceremony to the ball. It was to celebrate the victory of a collateral line, so the focus wasn't on the humiliation of the main family. Sir Gerhard, you have an outstanding son. I heard you're going to be a part of the main family. My family's secret muscle growth medicine is something even the main family doesn't have. Would you happen to be interested? It's fate meeting like this. Why don't we have a meeting later for us to get acquainted as fellow members of the collateral line? Why yes, I'll end up the center of attention if I go over there. I can tell who Gargus is. Dad is right away. Stand proud. Cyan, you're going to be compared to that kid a lot from now on. They'll first think about how you lost your duel against Eugene, and then they'll make fun of how the main family failed to win in the bloodline continuation ceremony for the first time ever. You have no choice but to feel embarrassment, Cyan. But don't fall into despair. No matter who makes fun of you, you're my son and a direct descendant of Lionheart. Yes, Eugene can't become the head of the family, But don't fall into complacency because of that. You have a lot of things working against you, so you'll need to put in that much more work to become the head of the family. So be friends with him, because we're brothers now? That's right. Become good brothers so that he'll help you one day. Yes, mother. Befriend. How should I befriend? They said that we're now siblings. Uyeon. Can't you call me Big Sis? It's not like we're years apart. Why should I call you Big Sis when you're only a few months older? But I became the little sister just because I was born 5 seconds late. This and that are different. Just once. It's not like I'm asking the impossible here. Please. Calling a 13-year-old kid Big Sis. I'd rather kill myself. I can't guarantee that I'll take him in as my disciple. The Red Magic Tower, where I'm the Tower Master, specializes in summoning magic. The young master will first have an aptitude test at Aroth. And if I have the aptitude for summoning magic, that'll be good news, but in Aroth, your status as a member of Lionheart won't hold a claim. Unless you have talent that can dominate other magicians, I cannot take you in as my disciple. Yes, but before being the Tower Master of the Red Magic Tower, I am Galade's long friend. So you'll have many chances. I'll shield you from the criticisms of favoritism and provide you an environment where you can train magic that fits your aptitude. Bathum. It doesn't matter if I can't become his disciple. Vatnima Vatnim, it's good news already that I can escape from this suffocating family and learn magic. You don't have to be wary of what I think. I just want you to pick your own fate. Father. Yud. This is an opportunity provided by your father. Gracefully accept it. You've been interested more in magic than the sword or spear since you were young. However, you are my son and the one fated to be head of the main family. Do not forget that while you are in Aroth. Theonis. I'm just giving him encouragement as his mother. I can see it clear as day. That damn Anasilia is going to be jumping with joy over the fact that Iod's been sent to Aroth. But I have no choice. Iod wasn't born with talent fit for his lineage, and he's naturally weak and naive. That's why it might be better for him to meet various magicians in Aroth while becoming stronger and form the connections to support him later. Yud. You are a legitimate son of Lionheart. Yes, mother. Day after the ball, Loberian and Iod left for Aroth. The children of the other collateral lines also went back to each of their families with their parents. So the empty guest house was now all for Eugene and Gerhard, and Eugene KY will first learn about mana after reincarnating. Development of mana is divided into two main categories: breathing and physical training. Breathing is training where you accumulate mana in the environment through breathing. Physical training is where you accumulate mana by moving your body. Neither are easy, but breathing is far superior to physical training. I trained mana through physical training in my past life, but I transitioned to breathing after Sienna and Vermouth's advice. Lionheart's train mana through breathing. You're here, Eugene. Let's go then. Spirit Vein. A land where mana gathers. There's a spirit vein deep in the main family's forest that only descendants of the main family can enter. It's one that was created by Vermouth 300 years ago to artificially create a spirit vein. He was a monster indeed. Are you nervous? I'm excited. It won't be easy. I'll help you, but you'll have a hard time since you're just learning. Mana's easier to feel the younger you are. Cyan and Seal first learnt mana when they were 6 years old, and it took them 4 days. Took a week, I think. Children of collateral lines normally first learn mana around your age, and it takes about a month just to feel mana. Right. I don't think it'll take you that long, though. There's the spirit vein, and I'll also help you. How many days do you think it'll take? 10 days? Anna. I see. 10 days? As if. It won't even take me 10 minutes. This way. Sit there. In the middle. The mana training method of the main family is something we have inherited from our ancestor, the Great Vermouth. Since there's a rule that the collateral lines can't inherit the original, they have been passing down a less efficient imitator, called the Red Flame method. And this is the original that was only passed down in the main family, the White Flame method. I don't know about the name, but I do remember that unique form. Vermouth. The high density of mana on his body would form itself into white flames. It even looked like the mane of a lion. In my last life, I was never able to overcome that flame. Since you won't be able to sense mana in the beginning, let's start with breathing for now. I can feel it. You're imagining it. You can feel like that if you focus too deeply. I should show him that he's just imagining it with this. See you. Can't sense it. Here. Mana is gathering on this side. Here next. From here to here. Up. Now down again. How long are you going to do this? That's insane. It would be incredible to be able to sense mana in 10 days. Eugene is far too fast. Nana. If you can feel the mana, we can start right away. From now on, don't talk and only focus on what's happening inside your body. Okay, breathe deeply. Imagine of breathing in mana along with the air with your lungs. And try to guide that mana you breathed in with the ways of the white flame method, the heart. Towards the heart. Alright, you're doing well. Doing well? He's not at a level where I can describe it like that. Eugene is already tuning the mana inside his body. Steadily, despite having a body that has only just opened itself up to taking in mana. That's insane. Feeling the mana and breathing the mana. Since I have the memories of my previous life, it isn't that hard. But even without that, this body accepts mana very easily. It's to the point that I can even feel the mana increasing every time I breathe. But there's a limit to how much mana I can take in with this young body. Looks like this is the limit. The size of his core is amazing as well. You would normally start with a core much smaller than that, and you diligently train with mana to increase its size. You're a monster. That's a compliment? Is a compliment. Let's return. The big difference between the red flame method and the white flame method is the division of the core. No matter how much you train and advance the red flame method, the number of cores you can have in your body is 1. However, the white flame method is different. After reaching a certain point, the core goes through division. With that, you're able to contain more mana in your body efficiently. And the divided cores will resonate to amplify their power. We call that divided core a star. The founder of the Lionhearts and the creator of the white flame method, the great Vermouth, had 10 stars. In the history of Lionheart, only Sir Vermouth was able to achieve 10 stars with the white flame method. My brother and I have 6 stars. Iode, Cyan and Seal are 1 stars. I don't know about Iode, but the twins could probably achieve 2 stars next year. Since Seal and Cyan were introduced to mana at 6 years old, it took them about 8 years to go from 1 star to 2 star. How about me? You'll be faster than them. Much if you aren't lazy, that is. I'll be diligent. You think I'm stupid? I was reincarnated into an insanely better body than my past life, and I even learned the mana training method of Vermouth. There's no way I'll let this body rot with laziness. 10 stars. I don't know if I'll be able to achieve that, but I should analyze its structure while I'm training. If there's an unpleasant piece somewhere, I can just change it to suit me. Thanks, Vermouth. Thanks to you leaving behind the white flame method, there are a lot of things I'll be able to do in the future. 7. I'll tell my brother for you. You should be pretty tired, so go on and rest. Yes, I understand. Not a chance. This much fatigue will go away after a good night's sleep. Since I just grasped mana, I have something I need to do. Young Master Eugene, have you returned already? Nina, bring wineth. From my room. I don't know if the contract will work. Kayak, are you really Hamel? I remember. This voice is definitely the elemental spirit king of wind. Tempest. Hamel. Have you reincarnated? How did you recognize me? Hamel, comrade of Vermouth. There's no way I would forget your soul. No matter how much time has passed, and your face is altered, the soul does not change. It has been some time since I have been called through Winneth. I was wondering if one of Vermouth's descendants was using it. But then I felt your soul. Why did Vermouth not kill the remaining demon kings? Speak, Tempest. You should know. You carried on with the expedition even after my death. I do not know what Vermouth intended. In the battle against the demon king of incarceration, Vermouth sheathed his blade. What? The battle at the demon king's castle was hard-fought. However, it came to a meaningless end. Vermouth and the demon king of incarceration were the last ones standing. Vermouth sheathed his blade and did not kill the demon king of incarceration, nor did he head to the castle of the demon king of apocalypse. Don't fuck with me. They say Vermouth struck a deal with the demon king of incarceration. What was it? I know nothing about that deal. Then what do you know, motherfucker? The only ones who know the contents of the deal are the ones who were there. The moment Vermouth sheathed his sword, I could no longer interfere in that place. You said everyone was unconscious other than Vermouth. and the demon king of incarceration. What do you want me to do? Asked Vermouth's fucking corpse. We are running out of time. You wouldn't normally have been able to call me forth. I forced the door open to meet you, and now the door needs to be closed. Next time, answer me before you leave. You damn bastard. Call me when your strength is sufficient. Ma, young master. Eugene. This feeling, mana exhaustion. I squeezed out every drop of the small reserve of mana I had. Elementals remember entities by their soul. Tempest called me Hamel. There was a troubling thought I had in my head. What if I wasn't actually Hamel's reincarnation? Instead, what if I was just someone whose memories were overwritten by Hamel's? But this clears things up. I'm the reincarnation of Hamel, with memories from 300 years ago. Young Master Eugene, are you alright? I'm fine. How long was I out for? About half a day. Sorry to worry you. The head of the family and Master Guillaume are here. I'll bring them up. I heard the story from Nina. A strong gale appeared when you drew Wyneth. Did you call forth an elemental? With a storm that big, there's a lot of people that would have seen it. I can't tell them everything, but I need to reveal some of it. The elemental king of wind appeared. What? He said he wanted to see who I was, since it had been a while since he had last received a calling. Is that really true? Nobody in our family has called the elemental king of wind since the great Vermouth. Yes, the elemental king of wind told me that I wasn't strong enough yet. He said that he wishes to meet again when it's grown. Then he returned to the elemental realm. Haha, Eugene, you really are a fascinating child. I heard about what happened in the spirit vein from Guillaume. You could sense the mana immediately, and formed a core with the white flame method. That alone is amazing, but to think that you would attract the attention of the elemental king of wind. Rest for a few days. Guillaume will continue your instruction afterwards. I was planning to leave again to train myself further, but I think blossoming your talent may be more important. Thank you for your kind words, but I don't want to take time away from you and Guillaume. Don't look at it like that. I want to teach you. Oh, I'll also be teaching Cyan and Seal. The family head will help out too. Cyan and Seal. Hopefully they take Eugene as a source of inspiration. Did you hear? Eugene's white flame method is 1 star. I know. It took us forever to get 1 star. It wasn't forever. They said a month is one of the fastest in family history, but Eugene reached 1 star within a single day. Everyone's gone, right? Sylph, a low elemental. This is all I can summon with the mana I have now. Did you hear anything from your king? I can't even talk to an elemental whose intelligence is this low. Go tell Tempest that if he lied, I'll fucking kill him. The only one who died at the castle of the demon king of incarceration is me. The other 4, including Vermouth, returned from Helmuth safely. The only people who know the contents of the deal are Vermouth and the demon king of incarceration. I'll need to venture to Helmuth someday. No. Not only Helmuth. Aroth, Eurus, Luher. If I go to those places, I'll be able to see what happened to my old comrades. I can't go there yet. This young body can't withstand a journey to lands that distant. But someday. Time sure flows swiftly. Eugene Lionheart, 17 years old. This is quite a nice body. Though I did train my mana every day without fail, to already reach 3 stars in the white flame method, but this is lacking. To fully utilize this amazing and enviable body, I need to do more than what I learnt in my previous life. I should go to Aroth and learn magic. What the hell are you talking about? Just this morning as I was training the white flame method like usual. No way. I could do this. What the hell? No way. How is that possible? He was introduced to mana 7 years later than me, but he's already at 3 stars? Even though I've only reached 2? Of course. It makes sense. I'm a genius. I want to kill you. You can't do that to your brother. You always beat me to death every morning. Isn't it you who asks me to spar with you every morning? Don't do it if you don't want to. I don't care. Why are you talking about learning magic now, of all times? VOA, have you already forgotten the thing with Brother Iode? After going to Aroth to learn magic once the bloodline continuation ceremony ended, his talent wasn't good enough to become Sir Loberian's disciple. Even though he managed to get into the Red Tower through connections, he couldn't gain any big achievements. Even now, for years later, he's just mooching off the magic tower. You have no limits when talking about your older brother. Did I say anything wrong? Don't act like a know-it-all by saying you'll learn magic and stay in the main house. If you go to Aroth, Seal will be sad. Oh, you mean the seal that didn't even talk that much and trained by herself up until recently? Good for her. Where are you going? To meet with the head of the family. While I'm reporting my 3-star status, I might as well gain permission early, saying he'll learn magic. Why is he acting up again? Are you saying this sincerely? Yes. I want to go to Aroth to learn magic. Why? There hasn't been a single person who achieved the 3rd star of the white flame method at your age. If you continue to put in the effort as you have before now, it may be possible to achieve the 4th star before you become an adult. I realized something as I reached the 3rd star today. If I continue just doing the things I've done in the main house, I don't think I'll be able to grow further. I want to learn many more things. I don't know yet if I would have a talent for magic, but if I am introduced to magic now, I'll be able to see mana from a different perspective. Just learning an entirely new discipline will become a great experience for me, and I am certain that it definitely won't be meaningless in the end. Please heed my request, family head. Raise your head. As the head of the family, how could I suppress your burning desire to learn? Eugene, I understand your intentions, but promise me this one thing. Do not take part in black magic. Aroth has a black tower, where the black magicians gather. Unlike the past, there currently aren't any rumors of danger, and the public's perception of them isn't that bad. However, the Lionhearts are the descendants of the Great Vermouth, and thus we have an unwritten law to oppose black magic. Demon King, demons, black magicians. I know perfectly what disgusting things they did 300 years ago. You don't have to worry about that. I hate black magic as well. Knock knock. Talk with me for a bit. Why don't you come out if you have something to talk about? Don't wanna. I was training so I smell like sweat. Are you really going to Aroth? Did Cyan tell you? Uyeon. He also told me you achieved the 3rd star of the white flame method. Why are you going? I want to learn magic. For magic, we have elemental spirit magic. You don't necessarily have to go to Aroth, and you could invite a magician from the capital here. Also, while you're away, Cyan and my skill could catch up to yours. That's good for me. It'll become more entertaining when I spar with you guys. It's been a while since I've sparred against you. If I spar with you from now on, will you not go to Aroth? No, I'm still going. You're awful. How long will you be gone? I'll know when I get there, but it'll be a few years at least. But why so many years? It's really hard when you leave the house. What about Sir Gerhard? My father will be fine without me. He's gotten perfectly used to life inside the main house now, and since he goes hunting on a regular basis, he's lost a lot of weight as well. Uncle Guillaume will be sad. I guess yeah. What about my brother? When he was telling me before, I could see that he didn't want you to go. Really? But I'm still gonna go. Train diligently. Are you really going? You're awful. I don't want you to go either. When you go to Aroth, don't hang out with the bad kids and don't be lazy in your studies. Don't slack off on your exercise because I'm not here either, father. Oily haha. Eugene, you are taller than me now. Have a great journey. Do you really not need guards? Yes. Don't worry about me. I'm confident that I can at least protect myself. That's right. Eugene is already at the 3rd star in the white flame method at this age. He's different to Iode. Father, please stop crying. You were so dignified before, but why are you like this right at the end? What? I'm still going to go even if you cry like that, so since I'm going anyways, can't you send me off with a smile? Nana. I'll be back. Capital of the Magic Kingdom, Aroth, Pentagon. The 5 magic towers create a pentagram centered around the palace. I have come to Aroth before in my previous life, but the scenery has changed a lot since then. Floating station. Even amongst the many magic kingdoms, only Aroth has their warp gate in the sky. The floating station, which is flown into the air with many different spells, show how excellent Aroth's magic is, and also aids in its convenience and commercial value. Isn't this amazing? This scenery could be called a cultural asset of Aroth. Pentagon Tour Guide. Pentagon has over 15 different floating stations, and all of them were created by the wise Sienna. Whoa. Is this floating carriage also created by Lady Sienna? Of course. You don't have to worry too much. It's a magical technology from hundreds of years ago, but we have been maintaining and repairing it constantly, so the accident rate is very low. So it's not zero. For the tourist attractions in Pentagon, wait. Before that, I want to go visit the mansion of the Y Sienna. That's an excellent choice. When coming to Pentagon, Y Sienna's mansion, Magic Tower, and Night View, these three are a must-see. 300 years ago, after returning from the Devil Dome, Lady Sienna became the youngest tower master after coming to Aroth. That's why, in the plaza of the Green Magic Tower, there is a bronze statue built in reflection of her. The mansion is where Lady Sienna remained till the end. About 200 years ago now, Lady Sienna left a letter saying she was retiring and left the mansion. And it is unknown where Lady Sienna went after that, right? Yes, that's correct. The many magicians of Aroth and the disciples of Sienna all tried to track her, but not a single person was able to find where she retired to. The most regrettable thing is that the day Lady Sienna disappeared was the day of her birthday. This is just my thought, but I think that Lady Sienna went toward the Devil Dome of Helmuth. Why? That year, 200 years ago, was the 100th year since Lady Sienna left the corpse of stupid Hamel and returned from the Devil Dome. Lady Sienna was reminiscing about her long-dead friend. She wanted to take revenge for Hamel. Something like that was why Lady Sienna left. You know as well, right, Sir Eugene? Hamel was totally in love with Lady Sienna. In the end, right before he died, Hamel professed his love for Lady Sienna. The fuck? Don't talk such bullshit. Pardon? No. Elle looks like Sir Eugene doesn't like the romance between Hamel and Lady Sienna. No, well, there are other guesses about Lady Sienna's retirement. It is a famous story that Lady Sienna despised black magic and the demons, and she opposed the construction of the Black Magic Tower until the day she retired. Some people think that some radical black magicians who were pushing for the construction of the Black Magic Tower assassinated Lady Sienna. There's no way something like a black magician could assassinate Lady Sienna. Yes, that's what I thought as well. During that time, the Black Magic Tower also vehemently denied the assassination hypothesis. Sienna can't be assassinated by the skills of a black magician. But if it's by a demon king? Helmuth was still sponsoring Aroth through the Black Magic Tower. From the perspective of the demon kings, Sienna would have been annoying enough to kill her. Anna, did you really die? Please let me pass the test this time and get into the Magic Tower. I've already failed 2 times. Please at least let me go to the interview this time. There's a lot of people here. They're the students who will be taking the recruitment test for the Magic Towers. However, since they don't even have money, they aren't able to go in. The mansion entry fee is already few thousand sel, but that only lets you get into the garden, and if you want to go inside the building, you need to pay even more than that. Why is it so expensive? Because there are a lot of people who would still pay that just to go in. There's a superstition where, if you pray to the portrait of Lady Sienna hung in the main hall of the mansion, you would 100% pass the Magic Tower recruitment test. Act. The Lionheart family. 333. Nary fee. S. Sir Eugene Lionheart. It has been confirmed. I'll wait for you here. Please look around comfortably. Alright then, let's see what this chick lived like. Sienna's mansion was large. They say that she lived in this mansion for 100 years. Hey Hamel, what are you gonna do after all this? What's with the random question? Just cause. We're going through bullshit like this at this age when we should be out and having fun. So after this is all over, shouldn't we live for ourselves a bit? Dunno. Haven't thought about it. That moron Molin says he'll become a king. Insane bastard. Can anyone become a king just because they want to? It's fine. He says he wants to do it. Everyone's allowed to dream at least. Are you drunk? Everyone's allowed to dream at least. Do you see this? My hands curling from the cringe? You fucking piece of trash. I'm being serious for once. Then what will you do after? Me? Normal. Like other people. Marry someone, have a kid. And I want to become a grandma living like that. You should have found a good man and married him. Grown old living in peace. Why did you live alone for 100 years? Sienna. You can't touch it. Far out. I was just getting sentimental. I didn't come here just to look at her portrait. There's a huge study in this mansion that utilizes the entire underground. Bookshelves packed full of magic tomes. There might be a clue here. left behind by Sienna. You can't touch it. Hey, I'm not touching it. I'm not. So I can't open the books. I have no choice but to scan the titles for something interesting. A necklace that wasn't recorded by the treasure vault's magic, and it even had its memory overwritten. But while that necklace was stuck in the vault after I came in, I coincidentally saw it. It doesn't make sense. Maybe, just like Tempest recognized me, this necklace also reacted to Hamel's soul and revealed itself. Someone is messing with my second life. And if that was done by Sienna, she must have left something. Something. The study, bedroom, and even in all those rooms in the mansion. I checked all of them, but nothing caught my eye. I don't know, I really don't. So I'm gonna do as I want. If you want something from me, tell me properly. If you don't tell me anything, what am I supposed to do? Hey Sienna. Here. If you're mad, come find me personally. If you're alive. Looks like it was an enjoyable visit for you. Who would have guessed he would make me wait until the sun went down? You waited for me, here's a tip. Thank you. Where would you like to go next? As this is a famous tourist destination, there is a great restaurant near. Let's go straight to the Red Magic Tower. You won't have to guide me after that. I'll ask you something. I owed Lionheart. He's my elder brother, do you know of him? Among the young magicians in Pentagon, there isn't a single person who doesn't know that name. Not anything special, but this time, I've been beholden to the Red Magic Tower. And my brother has been in Aroth for 4 years now. Could I hear some rumors about my brother? Gulp. After I was adopted, I haven't talked with Brother Iode a single time. I should at least know something about him before seeing him so I don't make a big mistake. I will not be enraged by what you say, and I will not tell my brother or my house about what you say here. I will swear all this upon my name. All you have to do is tell me rumors about my brother. That, although I don't know everything here, there's a rumor that Sir Iode leaves the magic tower every night to indulge himself in pleasure and entertainment. Pleasure? Since Iode is 2 years older than me. Is he 19 now? That much is reasonable for a person of his age. No. Not just normal entertainment. Succubi. Succubi. This fucking dipshit brother. We aren't even fucking in Helmuth, so why is a succubus here? Please calm down. Although we aren't in Helmuth, isn't there the Black Magic Tower? In there, it's not just human black magicians but demons as well. So Iode, this bitch. No, my brother has played around with succubi from the Black Magic Tower? That, strictly speaking, rather than playing around as a service, as other cities would have it as well, it's also considered as a necessary evil for Aroth and left alone. That street is famous for its black market. There are a few impure shops that have succubi as hostesses. From what I heard, Sir Iode frequents that area. Where is that street? Do you know? It's called Bolero Street. It's not open every day. Only on the night of the full moon. Every month it turned into the street of sin. I didn't have intentions of having a good relationship with Iode after coming to Aroth. I was just going to keep my distance and focus on what I had to do. A descendant of Vermouth, and the eldest son of the main house at that, is playing around with a demon, a vulgar succubus at that? Sir Eugene, please keep this a secret. Don't worry. I already swore on my name. I won't tell anyone, and I won't talk with that bitch of a brother for now. It's only a rumor for now. Unless there is clear evidence or witnesses, I'll need to hold back on destroying him for now. The night of the full moon. And Bolero Street. Eugene Lionheart? Yes. I'm Hera from the Red Tower. The Red Tower Master is upstairs. He was planning to come greet you himself, but something happened along the way. Did an accident happen? As you know, the Red Tower primarily deals with summoning magic. And among the various magics, summoning magic has a high risk of failure. You guys are all so talented, aren't you? Just what do you need to do to summon a shadow beast from a lava shark summoning circle? Do you know what could have happened if we didn't catch the shadow beasts? Shadow beasts have no emotions. They operate purely on destructive instincts. They would have immediately started hunting the citizens of the capital. I'm sorry. Grab your bags and get out. It's been a long time. Eugene, you've really grown. I almost didn't recognize you. I see you're still the same. I'm holding on to my youth with magic. He's different from 4 years ago. Now that I've trained with mana, I can tell. Loberian is incredibly strong. He's nothing compared to Sienna, but I will say he certainly has the qualifications to be a tower master. I heard the story from Gilade. You have an interest in magic? Yes. Magic is an attractive art. At the same time, it's hard to learn, but I'm sure you'll do well. I owed Lionheart. That fucker. The whole world can tell he's got all his essence sucked out by succubi. Yud. Why don't you come say hello to your brother? I'm not sure what to say. Hello, brother. Nice to see you again.
Y.
What are you waiting for? If you're done, go upstairs and do some reading. Yell. I've shown you some unpleasant things. It's fine. From what Gilade has said, you didn't want to learn magic directly from me. I don't want to trouble the Tower Master. Also, if I learn directly from you, many will show discontent towards the Lionhearts. So for now, I want to learn the art of magic by myself. Alright, then let's do this. As long as you desire it, I won't help you. If you have any questions, ask Hera. Alright, thank you. You can stay in the tower while you're in Aroth. It's not as fancy as your mansion, but it's a nice place. Then, can I go to the tower library first? A month after arriving at the tower, Eugene went to the library every day. He read magical texts from morning to afternoon and went to sleep late at night. He also trained in things other than magic. He spent a few hours training his mana before he left for the library, and exercised his body every night, until he was covered in sweat. He was sleeping less, but his amazing body recovered from all fatigue with just a few hours of sleep. I've read all of the entry-level texts in the library. Let's try it out. 300 years ago, Sienna divided the stages of magic into clear levels. It was originally her own unique style. HWW Raw Seat Pruer of SMU Par, but once she became the Green Tower Master, many of the mages of Aroth began to follow her methodology. Circles a circulating ring of mana, spun to create magic when mana grows above the limits of a single circle. Another one forms. 300 years later, most mages learn magic using circles. The only mages who don't are ones with completely different fundamentals like elementalist magic or black magic. I'll be using circles, right? Yes. There are other methods besides circles, but it's been proven that circles are the most efficient style over the past 300. I wanted to give it my own twist. Modifying the basic circle? I would not recommend that. Could you elaborate on what you want to do? I want to utilize the mana method of the Lionhearts. Eugene, mana utilized in martial arts and in using magic are used in very different ways. Unless you form the magic and activate it properly, magic does not occur. If the mana spirals out of control, he could be seriously hurt. Or worse, he could die. That's why I want to test it. Will it work? Can I do it? That's why I read all of the entry texts in the tower. He's 17 after all. He won't be able to accept it until he sees it with his own eyes. Alright, give it a try. However, if I deem that it's getting dangerous, I'll intervene. If you were to get hurt, it would not be only me, but the Tower Master as well, who would be put in an uncomfortable position. Got it. I'll begin. The white flame method and circles may seem different, but they are fundamentally similar. The white flame method controls mana through stars in the heart. Circles control mana through rings. If I replace the circles with stars, I can amplify the amount of mana I can use. I'll adjust my mana as necessary. It's unclear what might happen if I start guessing. Amazing. He's controlling such a large amount of mana perfectly. It should dissipate, but it isn't. Is that even possible? At that age? From a fireball to magic missile. He cast magic without incantations using just the calculations. He also converted the magic without having to dispel it midway. Not bad for the first time. Could you summon a monster so I can test this out? Yes, a golem. Would be fine, right? It's a golem made of cabrium. It doesn't have any defensive spells, but it's hard enough that most attacks won't penetrate its skin. Perfect. Eugene created circles using the white flame method and successfully cast magic. Yes, both the density and purity of his mana was incredible. Aside from the magic he was using, the sheer power of his offensive spells exceeds that of a three-circle mage. Such monstrous talent. Replacing circles with a martial method of mana manipulation. It's closer to scary than impressive. Eugene is at 3 stars of the white flame method. Does that mean 3 stars is equivalent to 3 circles? Did Eugene leave? Come now, yes, he said he had somewhere to be this morning. Hera. Yes, Tower Master? Would it be unfair if I wrote Eugene a letter of recommendation for the Acreon? The Royal Library Acreon? Only high-class mages and nobles may enter that library. I think Eugene is perfectly suited for it. Eugene only read entry-level texts for a month and used magic to replace circles using his own method. That method broke through the shell of the Cabrium Golem. I'll write him a recommendation. Someone like that deserves treatment according to their talent. Other mages might feel that this is unfair. Any mage who doesn't accept this must be blinded by jealousy. But what did you say Eugene needed to go out for? I don't believe he knows anyone in Aroth. He said he was meeting a friend. A friend? Meldane Square. A statue of Sienna. Sienna always smiled like that whenever she accomplished something. Eugene? Gorgeous? Yep. Gorgeous Lionheart. Can an 18-year-old grow a beard like that? You've grown, albeit not as much as me. You're just ridiculously huge. I can tell just by gripping your hand. You've really been training the past 4 years. But that's not enough. This is our family's special muscle growth formula. I brought it for you. I don't need it. Why not? Gerhard's weight loss and body strengthening is thanks to our help. You should know that better than anyone. On that note, stop sending that weird stuff through my dad. So, why do you want to meet? You didn't come to Aroth just to give me that medicine, did you? Have you heard of Bolero Street? Somewhat. It's where that bastard Giode goes. I heard the testicles of a giant will be on auction. Testy what? The balls of a giant. Why the fuck do you want that? Don't you know? The testicles of a giant are extremely prized for their magical value. I will commission a well-known alchemist in Aroth and have them make a muscle-boosting potion suited to my own body. Let's go together. I brought money, but it might not be enough. You want me to lend you money? No, I'll kneel. Hey, okay. Stop doing things that draw so much attention. Your size attracts enough eyes already. Thank you. I'll swear to pay it all back with interest. Not only the testicles, but I heard this auction will feature many prized items. Alright, aren't you interested? I guess with Wyneth you wouldn't need much else. I'm interested in other parts of Bolero Street than the auction. Iode. I ran into him in the hallway a few days ago. He was definitely in withdrawal from an addiction to a succubus. Iode will definitely come to Bolero Street the night of the next full moon. A call from Loberian as soon as I arrived. That's fine. I needed to ask Loberian about Iode anyway. Welcome back, Eugene. Sit down. Make yourself comfortable. Why did you call? For me today? Please take a look. A letter of recommendation to the Acreon. Acreon, the Royal Library. The place where the essence of magic that Aroth boasts is recorded, famous even 300 years ago in my time. As plentiful as the Magic Tower's texts are, they cannot compare to Acreon in quality. Let's be humble here. This isn't something I can handle yet. On the contrary, I believe that now is the perfect time for you to access Acreon. Since you have not yet deeply indulged in magic, you hold much potential. While you may not be able to understand the knowledge in Acreon completely, reading the books there and keeping them in mind will broaden your knowledge, and that knowledge will someday become the basis that will make your magic flourish. Acreon contains magic from the ancient era, and the texts of the sages, those who were the greatest of their era. Then perhaps, does Acreon contain works by Y. Sienna? Of course. The red and green towers have books by Y. Sienna, but Acreon contains witchcraft. It is a set, the original 3 volumes that Y. Sienna poured her secrets into in her later years. Breeza 300p treatise. Considered the greatest magical text in Arotha's history. No copies of witchcraft exist outside of Acreon. Only the first volume is currently accessible, but that alone will give you enough knowledge to render most other books useless. When I first read the first volume of Witchcraft, Badawi, I realized that the magic I had spent my life learning was child's play. There's no guarantee this letter of recommendation will equate to access to Acreon, but I wanted to have your opinion on the matter. Would it be okay if I wrote the letter of recommendation? Obviously. Why bother asking? I'm grateful. But I worry that my lack of skill may make it troublesome for you. Ha! Don't worry. This wouldn't cause me much trouble. He said he would write me a recommendation. He wouldn't take it back if he were to get upset, right? There's no way a tower master would be that petty. Now's the time to ask. Loberian, I wanted to ask you something about Iode. This is something I heard when I first arrived at Aroth. I heard that Iode hasn't been studying magic. Instead, he spends his time with succubi in the shady streets. Oh, that reaction. Loberian was definitely aware of Iode's behavior. I'm unsure how to explain it to you. That is true. I've warned him several times, but I wasn't able to stop him. In the past, many people have died to succubi by having all their essence sucked away. But when Helmuth opened its borders, the demons completely changed their attitude. That goes for succubi as well. They still suck the essence of people, but they don't kill anyone. The Queen of Nightmares in Helmuth strictly forbids it. But that doesn't justify my brother's actions. No, of course not. Please try to consider his position. Iode left for Aroth 4 years ago. He arrived with great expectations, but his own talent couldn't live up to them. He underwent many hardships. We tried our best to lead him further, but we weren't able to do much. But Iode cannot be free from expectations, due to his family name. The pressure on him must have kept increasing day after day. I thought it would be okay for him to release some of his stress once in a while. I warned him not to become too entranced. Without it, he would have broken down much earlier. It's understandable. I know how it can be from spending 4 years with the main family, the moody Theonis and the plotting Anicilia, Seal and Kian, with both ambition and talent. Iode has always felt pressured living amongst them. The reason that he stays at the magic tower, despite receiving nothing but mockery, is because even that would be better than returning to the family. I understand he has an unfortunate story, but a succubus is too far. They might smile now, but they're demons. They can never truly mix with humans. I need to see with my own eyes what the succubi are doing to Iode. Night of a full moon. Bolero Street. So, why did I need to use disguise magic again? Word of a Lionheart entering an illegal street openly would give us a bad name. I guess you're right. Are you IND? How did you know? This communicator only connects through Bolero Street. I'll give you the signal as soon as I find Iode. Can you locate him? Won't that idiot? I mean, my brother used disguise magic as well. Iode doesn't use disguise magic. He also always wears the same robes, so finding him shouldn't be too hard. Damn you, Iode. Do you enjoy the attention you get because of your identity? If he were my son, I'd beat the bad habits out of him. Didn't you say you had some other business here? I'll take care of that myself. Let's get to the auction first. Bolero Street has countless auctions, but all of them have the same rule. Blind bidding. Aside from your companions, everyone is in an individual room, and people cannot check to see who else is participating. There are 3 buttons. Press the one in the middle if you wish to participate, the right button if you want to raise your bid, and the left button if you need any further assistance. Please enjoy your experience. I thought you'd be uninterested in this kind of thing. I need to kill some time, and I'm also curious about what might come out. Thank you for coming to this auction house on the night of the beautiful full moon. Our auction primarily deals with rare magical materials. Those from Helmuth are of especially high quality. The first item is the Horn of Balarex. We'll start the bidding at 10 million sell. The Fruit of Proxia. Root of the Mandrago, flower bud of the Uzurok. Oh, this is a live Turas spider. This spider's poison. Are you sure the giant's testicles are here? They are. I've heard that they'll be here for sure. The next item is a metal that we still have not identified. It's a pain that we haven't been able to sell it for quite some time. Maybe one of our visitors today will have an insight into the value of this metal. It's a rather long description, but that's probably because it hasn't sold despite being here a long time. This metal was found in the Khazard region. It emits a beautiful light when it's exposed to moonlight, but to be honest, it doesn't do anything else. It's so hard that we cannot change its shape, nor does it accept any mana. We believe it might be a good choice as a decoration for those with bedroom windows. The light is beautiful after all. We'll start at 1 million cells. Eugene? Oh, are you bidding? 1 million cells. To think I would find it in a place like this. The Fated Blade. Destruction that has taken the form of a sword. A weapon never written of in history. The Moonlight Blade. Here is your item. Why'd you buy something so useless? It's indisputable. This is a fragment of the moonlight blade. Khazard, the place where they found this fragment, was where we discovered the moonlight blade in my previous life. We found it in one of the deepest dungeons there. Did Vermouth return the blade to where it once was when he left Helmuth? The moonlight blade is too dangerous. That accursed blade refused to accept anyone but Vermouth as its wielder, and brought forth ominous destruction whenever it was swung. Did Vermouth smash it into pieces because he didn't want it to be used again? There I was hoping might be some remnants of energy left. But this fragment holds no power now. It lacks the ominous feel it had before, and remains silent. Eugene Iode has arrived. I'm leaving. HM? Are you done? Yeah, I'll leave my card so that you can borrow some money to buy the giant's testicles. Where do I need to go? If you head to the northern part of the street, there's a store called Rafflesia. Go there. This is it. Are you a customer? Demons. It's my first time seeing one after my reincarnation. I'd have killed them on sight in my previous life. I want to take a look inside. The entrance fee is 2 million. Sell additional fees are charged depending on the duration and type of dream. Will you enter? $1 million. 5. Please enjoy your stay. Yud. I can't see him here. Where do I go for dreams? Are you in a hurry? Hey cutie. It's your first time here, right? Dreams are in the room downstairs, but you should drink first. If you have a few drinks, you'll be able to speak of what you really desire. I'm fine on drinks. I'll head down now. Shy to say it out here? Then let's head to the bedroom first. Scary. It's my first time doing this kind of thing. No need to worry, I'm just taking a little essence. You'll just be a little tired tomorrow. This is the layout of the corridors. I'm ready. I'll sleep at home, so I'll just pay for what I drank earlier. No need to give me change. Oh. Okay. Govik fun ku pearl twi 1 million. What's wrong with this guy? Where do I leave? I'll escort you. There's a corridor that leads to a nearby restaurant. Did you have a nice dream? Get me the best food you have. Add a bunch of meat. He's here. Iode, you motherfucker. Iode, you fucker. You're the eldest heir of the Lionhearts, yet not only did you get seduced by succubi, you can't even walk without a demon's help? Where are they going? Hey, kid, this is no marketplace. Buzz off. Then what's it for? Just buzz off. Do you think I can't hurt you? Yep, you crazy bastard. I'll kill you. My dear friends, talk a little more. What kind of place is this? What, you've all fainted already? Well, whatever. It's fastest to see for myself. Is this smoke tainted? Yud. You even began doing drugs. This is all too much to be just a change of pace. Who are you? How did you get in here? There should be guards outside. Wow, a beast man, a demon, and a human have all gathered in one place to get high. This really is as close as we can get to world peace. Get him. Ugh. Where's Iode? You don't need to answer. I can find him myself. He's not in any of the rooms on the first or second floor. So that means the third floor. There's only one room on the third floor. That's where Iode is. It really works well. It's just a shard now, but it shuns any mana sent its way. Just now, that was black magic, right? That was supposed to kill him, but he somehow blocked it completely. What exactly was that? Don't meddle with black magic. Gilade always warned us. Yet his own biological son, the descendant of Vermouth. Hey, I won't chase after you if you make a run for it right away. So get out. Right now. The white flame that burns, like a lion's mane. Could it be the demons that carried Iode? Here, come at me. Are you Eugene Lionheart? Get out of my way if you know who I am. Eugene. Allow me to explain what is going on. He's not stopping. Then, impossible. To think he'd slice through it so easily. I'm going to Don't move a muscle or I'll cut right through you. A chalice used for rituals. What's in the cup? Those are the hearts of unicorns. Unicorns? Unicorns have a very strong level of mana and holy power, befitting of their mythical status. Their value as a sacrifice is much higher than a human's. Are you trying to make a contract with a demon king? And no. How could someone as lowly as me dare to contract a demon king? I was trying to contract with Baron Ulfar of Helmuth. Who's that? He's an incubus serving under Duchess Noirzavella. Noirzavella, queen of the succubi. That damned bitch has survived the 300 years since my previous life. Helmuth is a nation ruled by the demon kings of incarceration and apocalypse. She isn't on par with them, but her power is enough for her to be a duchess. So, Io tried to forge a contract with a mere incubus under Noirzabella. Is that correct? He went as far as to sacrifice the hearts of unicorns, then drugged himself out cold with alcohol and drugs. Is that correct? It was what Iode wished for. Iode handed me the money to buy the unicorn hearts. I couldn't deny his his orders. Of course you couldn't. I can see how happy you must have been. The eldest heir of the Lionhearts was willing to pay you to forge a contract with your master. If it had worked out, you would have received a shit ton of power from that Ulfrfucker. And maybe that bitch Noir might have even decided to make a contract with you. You did all this for your own gain. So keep your fucking mouth shut if you don't want to die. Get up, fucker. Aiden, are you awake now? Brother.